With former campaign manager John Mitchell was made on a phone extension not hooked up to recording equipment, so no tapes of the conversation exist. A White House spokesman says a second Watergate tape the president agreed to turn over to the courts, one of a conversation between Nixon and former White House counsel John Dean, was never made because the system had run out of tape, and an alternate wasn't activated until a day later. Israeli Prime Minister Golda Meir arrived in Washington today for consultations tomorrow with President Nixon and Secretary of State Henry Kissinger on the Mideast situation. All parts of the petroleum industry will be allowed to hike its prices tomorrow in line with increased costs in accordance with new regulations announced today by the Cost of Living Council. And finally, sky watchers at the Mount Palomar Observatory in California report that explosions have been seen on the face of the planet Mars. The explosions, believed to be of hydrogen bomb force, constitute no threat to the planet Earth, according to the observers. Mars, the planet of war, is at its closest point to Earth at this time.
Now the KB15 AccuWeather. Overcast with periods of rain tonight, continuing into tomorrow morning, and some of the rain may be briefly heavy. The low tonight, 48. Windy and turning colder tomorrow with temperatures falling through the 40s. Then variable cloudiness, windy and cold tomorrow night, the low 37. For Friday, becoming mostly cloudy, breezy, and chilly, with a chance of a period of rain, possibly mixed with wet snow late in the day or at night. Friday's high, 44. For AccuWeather, this is meteorologist Rich Anselmo.
50 degrees in Buffalo. I'm Ron Baskin, KB Radio News.
Shane on KB15, your great American music machine.
Get it, Kendricks! Keep on trucking!
Keep on trucking, baby! I got to keep on trucking. Got to get the old good loving. I'm ducking for your love, you sweet and slow. I'm trucking.
Shane, Brother Shane in the nighttime, and you know I'm trucking, baby, that top 10 monster making music from KB15. You're a great American music machine.
Did you hear that stuff Ron Baskin was talking about? Huh? The explosions on Mars? Now, you know how interested I am in spatial phenomena. Dynamite. Well, we'll keep you abreast of all pertinent situations. I'll be back in a moment with the music of today.
What you are listening to is a dramatization. The dramatization of H.G. Wells' classic story, The War of the Worlds. The events are fictional. You are listening to a dramatization of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds on WKBW Radio 1520, Buffalo, New York. We now rejoin our story.
Nothing but good time music rocking in the nighttime from KB15, your great American music machine. Let's rock it now. Ladies and gentlemen, a little chick with some half-breed blood in her half-breed veins and a half-breed song on our music side of the nighttime fame Cher.
My father married up your Cherokee. My mother's people were ashamed of me. The Indians said that I was white by law. The white man always called me Indian squaw. Half-breed, that's all I ever heard. Half-breed, how I learned to hate the word. Half-breed, she's no good to warm. Both sides were against me since the day I was born. From town to town. When you're not welcome, you don't hang around. The other children always laugh at me. Give her a feather, she's a Cherokee. Half-breed, that's all I ever heard. Half-breed, how I learned to hate the word. She's no good to warm. Both sides were against me since the day I was born. We weren't accepted and I felt ashamed. 19, I left them, tell me who's to blame. My life since then has been from man to man, but I can't run away from what I
King Kong song. Cher, baby, and half-breed. Shane Brothers, Shane rocking good time music in the nighttime with Freedom Lovin', Bob McCrae, tonight at 10. Excuse me. You want me to read that now? Ron Baskin from the news department just handed me this to read to you. NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, has advised all of its tracking stations tonight to be on the alert for unusual communications difficulties. A spokesman for the agency referred to the explosions on the planet Mars and said that it was not known whether it would have the same effect that sunspots do normally on worldwide communications. The agency refused to comment on the origin or the nature of these explosions, stating only that they were under close scientific observation. Don't ask me, friends, I'm just a jock, but I'll be back in a moment.
What you are listening to is a dramatization of H.G. Wells' classic story, The War of the Worlds. The events are fictional. You are listening to a dramatization of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds on WKBW Radio 1520, Buffalo, New York. We now rejoin our story.
Everybody needs a little good time music, baby, with all the fighting and lying and cheating and crying and whining and dying. Don't you know somebody got to have a little need for a little good time music in the nighttime with Shane Brothers Shane on All Hallows Night, baby. The spirits are flying tonight, and I'm painting some pretty pictures in the sky from KB15, your great American music machinist. It's Stevie Wonder. Higher ground.
People keep on learning. Soldiers, keep on rolling. Whoa, keep on turning. 'Cause it won't be too long. Powers, keep on trying till I reach my high ground. Till I reach my high ground. What's gonna bring me down? Rock and roll!
Baby, Stevie Wonder rocking on KB15, your great American music machine, Shane Brother Shane, on Halloween night, 1973. Now, with a continuing news development, here's KB newsman Ron Baskin.
Police on the town of Grand Island have requested aid from Buffalo firefighting officials to combat a series of fires that have erupted as the result of an explosion. Traffic on the Grand Island bridges has been halted to all except emergency vehicles responding to the call for assistance. All onlookers and motorists have been asked to stay clear of the area. Repeating, traffic on the Grand Island bridges has been halted except for emergency vehicles. All onlookers and motorists have been asked to stay clear of the area.
And that's why the news department to pass this along. They're really loaded down right now, and they're with telephone calls and such. And they just don't have the time to answer all the telephone calls coming in from people who are concerned about what's happening out on Grand Island. Now, they're trying to find out, we're all trying to find out what's happening, and as soon as they do, we'll have it on the air. So please, please do not call the news department, because you just slow the whole process down, and a newsman can't do his job trying to get you the information on the story without that help, okay? Okay, thank you much.
KB15, your great American music machine.
Please again, do not call the radio station trying to talk to our news department. We'll get you the story as soon as we can. Painted Ladies from KB15 rocking on Hallows Night. Yes!
I remember setting out just to see what I could see. Streetcars rolling by and airplanes flying high, they all meant nothing to me. No one ever looked my way or knew that I was there. I kept walking and the rain kept raining until all the streets were bare. Ooh, feeling fine, mama. Painted ladies and a bottle of wine, mama. Ooh, feeling good, mama. They took my money like I knew they would. La 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 la. City lights were shining on this through my window pane. I kept thinking about the day when I'd be home again. Rocking chairs and summer fairs and swimming in the sea. I kept drinking, sinking till there was nothing left of me.
You know, it's very seldom you'll ever hear me reach in on the radio and break over a record. But the events that are happening out on Grand Island appear to be of immense importance, and therefore here's Ron Baskin.
It's been reported that a large meteor has struck the ground on Grand Island along East River Road, setting off a series of fires and explosions. Several persons have been injured. As yet, there is no confirmed number of people injured or word as to any deaths. KB15 newsmen are already on their way to the scene. Repeating, a large meteor has struck the ground along East River Road on Grand Island. We'll have a special report in a few minutes.
Apparently, this is a little more serious than anybody expected. I would advise you not to attempt to drive into the area. There's going to be a lot of people trying to get out there to see what's going on, and that's bad. Now, I'll advise you again if I can that traffic on the Grand Island bridges has been halted to all except emergency vehicles only. Sightseers, onlookers, motorists, and everybody except emergency vehicles have been stopped from crossing the bridges. KB15 newsmen are on the way, and we'll have that information as soon as they get into position and can feed it back to us. And please, hold your phone calls to the newsroom. Let the guys in our news department do their job, and they'll get the information to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
What you are listening to is a dramatization of H.G. Wells' classic story, The War of the Worlds. The events are fictional. You are listening to a dramatization of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds on WKBW Radio 1520, Buffalo, New York. We now rejoin our story.
KB15 and the Shane Show, and I advise you again that traffic on the Grand Island bridges has been halted to all except emergency vehicles. And please, no phone calls to our newsroom. Let the guys in the newsroom do their job. We'll get the information to you as soon as possible. Solid gold. This is Billy Preston from KB15. Please excuse the interruption again. Here with a continuing news development and information you need is KB newsman Ron Baskin.
All available firefighting equipment has been called to Grand Island, and much of the apparatus has already arrived there. The cause of the alarm is reportedly a large meteor that has struck in the vicinity of East River Road on the island. Several persons have been injured and some are believed dead, although we have no confirmation on that. Details are still rather sketchy. We expect to hear from KB newsmen who are already on their way to the scene.
Let me try that last one again. Yeah. We'll try that. This is the one I started on. Pardon me, folks. I'm a little shook up here. Stay tuned. Further developments continue on KB15. KB interrupts normal broadcasting to take you now to our newsman Don Latzer in a mobile cruiser on his way to Grand Island and continuing developments.
Now heading north on the South Grand Island Bridge. We've just passed what has to be one of the largest areas of traffic congestion that I've seen in and around the Buffalo area or anywhere in western New York. Traffic coming off the Youngman Expressway is completely at a standstill. Traffic is now backing up on the thruway. This is heading toward the Grand Island Bridge. We've asked you to please stay away from the area. There have been fires and explosions on Grand Island. We're presently going across the bridge. There's one lane open to emergency traffic. This is firefighting apparatus, ambulances especially. Ambulances are needed on the island. We understand the casualty count may be higher than at first thought. A policeman we spoke to at the entrance to the bridge gave us that information. We're not exactly sure how many people have been killed or injured, but they're calling in all available ambulances from the area. As we come across the bridge off to our right, we can see an orange light rising in the sky. It seems to be covering quite a large area along East River Road. As soon as we get down to the scene, we'll have further reports on that. This is Don Lancer, KB Total Mobile News on the Grand Island Bridge.
KB15 will continue to keep you up to date on the story. We advise all the people in the Grand Island area, above all else, to stay calm and please again do not attempt.
Jay,
Yes.
let's take this into the newsroom. I want to start to cover this story live. So just hold on for a moment or two, if you will, and then throw it into the newsroom. We'll have the mics and everything else hot in there, but we've got everybody in, and we're going to take it live from the newsroom now, okay?
If you didn't hear that, I've just received instructions from our program director, Jeff Kaye, and we are going to interrupt normal broadcasting at this time. We'll be taking you into the KB newsroom, and they'll handle all details live in this continuing news development. This is WKBW Radio, Buffalo, New York.
Are you ready with that mic to the newsroom? You're all set? Communications hot. Mic is hot. Okay, Joe, take it.
This is Joe Downey in the WKBW newsroom. Right now, there are reported explosions and fires on Grand Island. Communications at this time are reported down. Telephone communications are down, and other types of communications are very poor at this time on Grand Island. WKBW News is mobilizing its entire news department at this time. There is an unconfirmed report that a meteor fire exploded on Grand Island. Newsmen from KB are on the way right now to the disaster scene on Grand Island. WKBW newsman Henry Brock is now attempting to contact the Erie County Sheriff. Henry, have you called the sheriff yet, Joe? Go on for just just to repeat just again, the explosions and fires together cause a lack of communications on Grand Island. There's an unconfirmed report.
Got it. Now let's go to the
all right, now we'll go to the Sheriff's Department. Henry and the Sheriff.
Erie County Sheriff's Department, Deputy McIntyre here.
Hello, this is WKBW News. Anything on that goings-on Grand Island tonight?
There's fires and there's damage. There's several lives have been lost, but we have no body count at this point. There's, I can't give you an actual report at this point. There's fire people here, and there's military people. They're all over the place here. I can't really hardly give you any actual report.
Give us an estimate on the number of deaths or injuries.
No, there's no count at this point. We don't know, but there are several lives lost.
Are you in communication with all parts of the island yet, and with your units in the field?
Most of our communication lines are down here.
How about electrical and gas failures? Any reports on that?
There's been about 3 electrical failures that we know.
Any looting or things like that?
I can't tell you that at this moment. I really don't know.
Okay, thank you.
Henry, I couldn't hear that. I don't think the monitors were up loud enough. What's the story at the Sheriff's Department, Henry?
Well, obviously, the Erie County Sheriff's Department is up to its neck in work, trying to get information from that general area.
Henry,
and right now,
Fagan on the two-way.
Okay, Jeff, thank you. 393-2586, Jim Fagan.
Go ahead, Hank.
Jim, can you give us anything new on the Grand Island situation?
Well, Hank, at the moment, we're heading south on the Robert Moses Parkway. We're heading for Grand Island. I have a chance to talk with Dr. Robert Moore, professor of astronomy here at Niagara University. I came up here originally to talk to him about the hydrogen bomb intensity explosion on Mars. But now with the new incident arising on Grand Island, I've prevailed upon the professor to motor back to Grand Island with me to take a closer look at the situation. Dr. Moore, is there any relationship between the hydrogen bomb explosion on Mars and the situation on Grand Island?
Well, Mr. Fagan, I would, first of all, like to say that I don't believe there would be a hydrogen bomb explosion on Mars because it's 40 million miles away from us, and I don't believe there's a living soul up there to explode any such bomb. That would probably be some gaseous explosions with many layers of air, you see, and heavy and very hot gases. But I'm very anxious to see this explosion on Grand Island. I'm just amazed at what's going on over there, and certainly I'm as anxious as you to see this, and I'll have a lot more to say after I have a chance to examine these things.
Dr. Moore, can you tell us if that was an extraterrestrial body that landed on the island?
I would think not, sir. At the moment, as I say, I have not as yet seen what has happened on the island. We're going to be getting there in a few minutes, but certainly it's possible. But I would doubt it. That would be just my candid opinion before I have seen it.
Would you say it was a meteor?
Yes, that's very possible. There are many meteors that have landed on various parts of the Earth in the past many years, and this could possibly be just one of them.
Do you think there were more than one?
Well, certainly with the explosions that I'm hearing about, it's very possible there could be several of them, yes.
Okay, Doctor, thank you very much.
Hank, as we're heading south on the expressway, what's the story now on Grand Island? Do you have any more information yourself?
Jim, this is not Hank, it's Don. I'm in Unit 2. I'm presently on the East River Road. Could you give me your present location, please?
I'm on the Moses Expressway, and I'm heading south just beyond the falls now.
I'm having a lot of trouble here with traffic. I can't seem to make any headway at all on Grand Island or on the East River Road. Do you have any taping equipment with you, Jim?
Yes, I've got the Sony tape recorder with me in the back here.
Okay, good. As soon as you get on the scene, try and get us a report back with Dr. Moore and also some police officers. I'm attempting to pick my way through this traffic. I should be there in not too long. It's really congested down here.
See a little bit more traffic now. It looks like I'm going to have almost the same problem you're having. I see a great deal of traffic at the north end of the Grand Island Bridge now, at the base between the falls and the island.
I've come up on a side road here off to my left. I think I'll try and pick my way over that way maybe and then come back around into the scene.
Okay.
This is Henry Brock in the WKBW newsroom. This just off the wire. United Press says it has unconfirmed reports that Governor Nelson Rockefeller is preparing to mobilize the National Guard in light of the developments on Grand Island.
Thank you very much.
New York Telephone Company has requested that only emergency calls be made by private individuals. The lines are beginning to be swamped with calls, and police and fire officials' switchboards have been overburdened with calls. Fire officials in the city of Buffalo are concerned at this time. The fires that have broken out on the island have bled off a great deal of equipment, and extra units in the city have been called in. Commissioner Felicetta of the Buffalo Police Department has requested that all off-duty policemen report to the precincts.
Henry, Herb Weinstein wants to know if we can hold for a second because he wants to coordinate the TV units.
Okay.
Don, have you gone to Delaware Park yet? Heading towards the thruway in case you want me to go to Grand Island. Okay, fine. We may shift the entire operation out to Grand Island in a couple minutes if this thing checks out.
5-4 to 393, Irv.
Yeah, Alan, go ahead.
Listen, if they've got this Whitehaven area cordoned off, let's get out there with the sound equipment.
Okay, go.
5-5 to 393. There sure must be something doing here.
Okay, Alan and Sam are headed out there with the sound gear.
Right on the corner of Whitehaven and Grand Island Boulevard, or within a half a block of it. Out of the car.
393 out.
This is Henry Brock in the KB newsroom. It has just been confirmed that Governor Rockefeller has mobilized the National Guard, and contingents of the Guard from the western New York area are on their way to Grand Island. And now we have KB Total News Director Don Lancer standing by with a report from Grand Island.
Well, this is Don Lancer. We finally made it down to an area near the scene, and I'm speaking with lineman Dennis O'Malley. Could you tell me, Mr. O'Malley, what happened? Where were you when this thing occurred? I'm working for Niagara Mohawk. I was checking out a line break earlier, and suddenly the sky lit up, and there was this tremendous explosion. Do you have any idea what it was, sir? No idea at all. Just a loud noise and a bright light. That's all I know, man. You know if anybody at all in the air was injured? Have you heard any talk of that? No, I don't know any of that stuff. Not pretty busy here. We got power out now on North Cherry, Broadway, Woodley, LC Redway. Man, the power's out all over this place. Do you think this might have been a gas main explosion or something like that? No, I've heard gas main explosions before. This was nothing like that. I never heard anything like this before. Did you see anything fall? Anything hit the ground? No, just a bright light and this loud noise. That's all I heard, man. Okay, thank you very much. This is Don Lancer in unit number 2. We're going to try now and make our way over to the scene. We're about 500 yards away from it at this moment. Now, return you back to base.
Mike Hott, is this one? This is Jeff Kaye. Henry Brock is on the other side of the room right now, trying to raise Jim Fagan, who is attempting to make his way to the scene of the death. I think we're picking up Jim Fagan.
Go ahead, Hank. Jim, where are you at the moment? I'm just off Whitehaven Road, Hank, not too far from the scene. What do you see there? A lot of destruction? Any houses down? Right. Several houses have been leveled to the ground, and I can see ambulances. There are about 3 or 4 ambulances on the scene that I can see. The attendants and the medics in these ambulances are now treating several of the people who have been injured here. I counted about 20 persons injured here at the scene. What do you got? You got walking injuries or real bad ones? Hank, these people are badly crippled as a result of the injuries they've received. Several people are unable to walk at all, and I see a number of people bleeding about the face. How about fire? Any destruction from fire? Fire's burning at the moment. I'm sorry I didn't catch your last message, Hank. Are there any fires in the area at the moment? Several blazing all about. We see about 5 or 6 fires in the one immediate area that I can look to my right. And total loser. Going out. Jim, what about, there are parts of a crater up there. Have you seen it or can you see it from where you are on your way up there? I was able to make my way to the scene with the professor, and then he and I were separated. I did manage to see some sort of a gigantic hole in the ground. I can't see any more than that. The police kept pushing us back. They've got some sort of a fence around the whole area, and they are just not allowing any of us to get too close. Go on, I'm on my way. Okay, Jim, 393 out.
Jim Fagan on the island, and apparently our worst fears have been realized with respect to property damage and personal injury. We understand now, we have a confirmed call that the National Guard is on their way on the Niagara Freeway. Don Lancer is on the island. I believe he's trying to pick us up now. I think that was Don coming in. At any rate, the National Guard is on the way.
Come on, on live, Henry. I put it from the line. Come in, Don. You're on live. You're on. Yes, Henry. It's not a meteor, Henry. I'm standing on the edge of the crater right now, and I can look down into it, and there are clouds of white, hot steam rising from the base of what looks like some sort of a metallic cylindrical object. It's a very large object that's lying in the bottom of this crater. Thus far, there's been no one around that I've been able to talk to find out what it might be. It's hot, intense heat around this crater at the present moment, and I can't describe it very well. I can't describe it all that well. Perhaps you can hear the sound that's coming from the crater. It's a pulsating sound. It's a high-pitched sound. I don't know exactly what it is at all. I don't know. I haven't got any idea. The edge is move back. What? The edge is... would you move back, please? Okay, I'm going to have to move back now. I'm going to have to...
393 to 2586, Don Lancer. Don, are you all right? This is 393 to 2586. Don Lancer, come in, please.
Can you pick him up?
393 to 2586, Don Lancer. Are you all right? If you hear me, answer, please.
Henry, try Jim Fagan. If you can't get him.
This is 393 to 2587, Jim Fagan. 393 to 2587, Jim Fagan. No, I can't. This is 393 to 2587. Jim Fagan, come in, please, if you hear me.
Take a spot.
What you are listening to is a dramatization. The dramatization of H.G. Wells' classic story, The War of the Worlds. The events are fictional. You are listening to a dramatization of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds on WKBW Radio 1520, Buffalo, New York. We now rejoin our story.
393 to 2586, Jim Fagan.
I can hear you, Hank. Go ahead.
Jim, what the hell happened to Don?
Hank, I'm at the opposite end of the crater from Don. I can see him from where I am. Don met with a little bit of an accident, but he seems to be okay. He was standing a little bit too close to the crater, apparently. He was on the lip of the crater when it suddenly gave way. Don fell about halfway down, but managed to recover himself, and now is back up on top okay. He made it under his own power. He appears to be a little bit shaken up, but other than that, he's okay. He's talking with a few troopers just on the other side of the crater from where I am.
But Jim, we still don't know what hit. What was it, a meteor?
Have no idea. Apparently it's not a meteor, Hank, from what we can make out. This thing hit with such impact that it really got things rolling here. This is what apparently touched it all off. The fires, the broken gas mains, and what have you here on the island, as well as the numerous injuries. This thing hit with one hell of an impact.
What was it? This sounds like space debris. Was it space debris?
This thing is intact from what we can make out here at the scene. There's a lot of white heat coming out of there deep in the crater, but from what we can make out, this thing is intact. You can hear the noise. Listen to this, Hank. Can you hear it, Hank?
Yeah, I can hear it all right, Jim. Well, what do you think it is, a booster?
I don't think so, Hank, but I'm not sure. I can't honestly say that it is a booster. This thing is cone-shaped. It's got a white metal casing, but as I said before, it appears to be intact, and it's giving off this weird sound.
Well, let's try to find out. Is there anybody there with you? Anybody from the military or from the other authority?
We've got several military, we've got city, we've got county officials. They're all over the place. Police are now talking with them all around the edge of the crater. But no one has said anything at this time. They claim it's a little bit too early to say anything. Lancer to Brock. Henry, do you read? Come in, Henry. Do you read?
I read you loud and clear, Don. This is Jeff, not Henry. Are you okay? Are you all right?
For the most part, Jeff, I am. Yes. What happened was I fell down in the crater. I got about halfway down in there. I slipped on the edge. The lip of this crater is so soft that I just slipped and tumbled halfway down it. But I did manage to get back up. I've got a few burns, but I don't think they're that serious. They don't hurt that much. There's an awful lot of smoke coming out of this thing, and it's choking me up a bit. When I was down there, I did manage to see quite a bit. This is a very bright metallic object. There's a sheen to it. It's not shiny like silver or anything like that, but there's definitely a sheen to it. There are no markings that I can see at all. Very smooth. No interruptions of lines at all in it. It's just a smooth object. Part of it's buried beneath the surface, probably maybe the major portion of it, but there is a goodly portion on top in the bottom of the crater. An awful lot of smoke down here. I see Jim on the other side of the crater. Come in, Jim. Do you read? I read you, Don. Go ahead. Are you all right? Yeah, Jim. I think So for the most part, as I was just telling them back at base, I've got a few birds here, and a state trooper I was just talking to is going to have a medic come up here and look at it, but it's not that bad. That's good. I spent the last few minutes here trying to get some sort of a comment or two from the military officials surrounding this thing, but no one wants to say anything. I tried to worm a comment or two out of one when he remained very tight-lipped. I don't imagine anybody really wants to commit themselves at this time. Well, boy, all I can say is they're going to have to commit themselves pretty soon because this damn thing sure isn't immediate. I can see it a little better now, Don, from where I am, thanks to the lights. The lights are really pouring in on it now. Do you see the crack? Are you able to see the crack? No, what crack? No, there's no crack on this side. It's perfectly smooth over here. But there's a crack definitely on this side. That's easily determined at this point. I can see several cables or something coming out of that crack. There are 2 or 3 cables anyway. I can't see anything, Jim. Can you describe a little more detail? My God, Don, there's something crawling out of the top of this thing. Something or someone. I can see 2 discs of some sort. They're eyes. They appear to be eyes. It might well be a face for all I know. Something's wiggling out of this capsule. Wait a minute. They're tentacles. That's what they are. I can see them now. The police lights are on them. This thing is large. The body glistens like it's soaking wet. That face, I can hardly look at it, Don. I can hardly look at it. The eyes are black. The mouth is V-shaped and it's dripping saliva. It's finding it really difficult to move, but it's now beginning to move. It's weighed down by something. I can't say what it is. This thing is rising up. I've got to get out of here. The crowd's moving back. I'm moving back. I'm getting out of here. I can see it now. I can see it too. Oh my God.
This is 393, Jim. Just what is going on out there? Now let's get coherent. Let's cool down. Jim, what's shaking?
Hank, I'm not fooling. This is it. There's some sort of a monster of sorts. Not too far from where we're standing right now. We've had to get out of the immediate area. We're moving back as far back as we can possibly move.
Jim, can't you get Professor Moore so we can get some facts on this thing?
Hank, I tried to talk the professor out of moving up, but he managed to talk some Army lieutenant into approaching this thing. The lieutenant himself is carrying some sort of a pole, and on his pole is a white handkerchief. And he and the professor are now approaching this monster of good God Almighty. They've been hit with some sort of a red beam. They're burst into flames. The professor, the lieutenant. We're getting out of here. We gotta get out of here. The red beam is going all over the place, picking off people. One by one, the bodies are all over the place.
393 to Jim Fagan. Just what is going on out there? Jim, come in, Jim. What's going on?
Hey, this is Don. I'm on the other side of the crater. I can see Jim from where I'm standing. He's running away. What has happened is this thing has shot out a laser-type beam, and it's killing people right and left. People are now stampeding over one another, trying to get out of its way. It's climbed down onto the side of the crater, and it's starting to come up over the top on the other side. I can see that beam shooting all over. It's a red beam, and the people are bursting into flame instantly. That's got Jim. Oh no, it's got Jim. Oh, it's got Jim. I'm going to run over and see if I can help him out and to see what happened.
You're going over to help him, is that right? You're going over to help Jim, is that right? The way here you were.
That's right, Henry. I'm going over to see if I can do something for him. I don't know how badly he's hurt.
You're going over.
Tell him to get out of there. Tell him to go help Jim. Tell him get back. Get back.
Don't go, Don. Get out of that area.
Hey, do you want me to move back? I want to go over and see if I can help Jim.
Don, this is Jeff. Forget about Jim. If he's been zapped, just forget about him. Get back away and stay as safe as you can. Keep close contact. We understand that the Army is on the way out there. We'll be handling it from here. Stay in tight communications. Do you read me? Do you read me over?
Shouldn't I go over to Jim?
Forget it, man. Get back out and stay out of the way.
All right, I read. I'm moving back.
Henry, pick it up and fill in for enough time for Don to get established out there.
This is Henry Brock in the KB newsroom.
KB Total
It's
News.
been reported that a spaceship has landed on Grand Island. That's a confirmed report. It's believed that the extraterrestrial beings in that vehicle are Martians. KB Total News still has Don Lancer on the island, and we have late word that a command post has been established by the National Guard on the island.
Henry, let me
martial
jump in
law in
just a
Erie
second.
and Niagara County has also been rumored to be established. There have been rumored landings, though unconfirmed, of some more capsules in Toronto, Oshawa, Erie, Pittsburgh, the Finger Lakes area, Bradford, and in Dunkirk.
Henry, I have a guy on the phone right now, Constable Petrie from the Ontario Provincial Police right at the moment. Constable Petrie, you say that you have a report. You do. You do have a report. And where is it coming from? From in the Oshawa vicinity. You got 2 raccoon hunters in Oshawa who are out hunting late at night and discovered a capsule in the swamp. Has it opened yet? Is there any sign of any activity around it? There hasn't been. And what action are the Canadian authorities taking? I see. They are going on the way. There's nobody been hurt as yet? No injuries in that particular area. How about the Toronto landings? You have no confirmed reports on that yet. I see. Okay, thanks very much, Constable Petrie. A report from a constable in the Ontario Provincial Police that a couple of hunters spotted a capsule in the swampy area up there while they were out hunting. And military authorities are on their way to clear that up. Here's a couple of other things. You mentioned the martial law, right? That's a confirmed report from the governor. This bit about the explosions on Mars, you want to take that and I'll grab the phone.
Yeah, these explosions on Mars are believed to be associated with the landings on Grand Island and in other areas of the country, but there is no scientific confirmation.
Okay.
We've just gotten word that Don Lancer has made his way to a sheriff's command post on Grand Island.
Henry,
He should be ready to report
on the island right
in
now.
just a few moments. Jeff Kaye says that we have a confirmed report that there have been 46 persons wiped out on Grand Island as of this time.
Niagara Air Force Base, we understand, has been put on alert. They're already scrambling aircraft, both to check out the landing in Grand Island and to provide some air support for them, in addition to trying to get some people down to these other areas where the landings have been spotted, where they're all within our flight range, so that we may have some confirmed reports from Niagara in just a very short time.
We understand that Don Lancer is about ready to file a report from the island, and we switch now to Don Lancer.
Well, all right, now we've finally had a few seconds to get ourselves oriented here, and I've managed to get to what I consider to be a safe distance away from the crater. At the present moment, troops have been moved up about maybe 200 all told. They're ringing the crater at a safe distance, maybe 100 yards away from it. And overhead, a lot of jets have been flying back and forth. There's a helicopter that's been hovering, stationed itself off to my right above a clump of trees, not directly over the crater itself. Earlier, the creature that had come out stopped about maybe 100 yards away from the edge of the capsule and suddenly went back in. The capsule is still open. At least it was open when I was up there maybe 5 minutes ago, and I don't think it's closed yet. Wait a minute. There's one jet that seems to be making a pass. It's coming in low now. It's fired a rocket. There's a terrific explosion in the crater. Smoke is billowing up. Heat it is intense. I can see flames flickering from here. Apparently that rocket pass has done absolutely no good. You can still hear the sound. I think I can hear it from here, and it's still just as loud as it has been since we first got here. Here comes another jet. Another pass being made. 2 more rockets have been fired into the crater. Another terrific explosion with smoke billowing sky high. It doesn't seem to have done anything at all to this thing in the crater. There's no sign of life. Wait, there's some activity. There's something going on. Here comes. It looks like a bowl, a silver bowl, turned upside down with long, thin legs on it. It is rising into the air. It's huge. It's about 50 feet in the air.
Well, what is this thing, Don? Can you describe it, a little more detail on it? What is it?
Henry, the only thing that I can tell you is it looks like a flying saucer with long, stilty legs, and it's moving at a fantastic rate. Here comes a jet. The jet is making a pass on this thing, on this saucer. It's fired its rocket. The rockets bounced off. They bounced off. They've exploded right in midair. It's shooting at the jets. It got one jet. It's
It's passing back. The beam is continuing. It's passing back. It just cut another one. It cut another one right in half. It blew up right in midair. And it's coming in this direction. It's moving at a fantastic rate. It's like a huge monster. It's plodding along on these long legs. It just got the helicopter. It cut the helicopter in half. It has crashed into the treetops. I'm getting out of here. I'm moving on. This is 8. Don, I'm off.
Right, Don, right. Just get off the island. Get off immediately. Get off immediately.
Dylan Lancer is leaving Grand Island at the moment. We're back in the KB newsroom.
All right, I'm getting off.
Yeah, he's going off the island right now, and we're back in the KB newsroom, and I have several things that have come in here. Scientists are now speculating, and it's no longer speculation, that the strange phenomenon that scientists the world over witnessed on the planet Mars, the gaseous explosions that we reported to you just what seemed like such a short time ago, in reality has turned to be such a nightmare, is the fact that these landings that have been reported in the vicinity, I have excuse me, stand by one moment, please. I have a report here somewhere. Landings have been reported in Toronto, Oshawa, Erie, Pittsburgh, the Finger Lakes region, Bradford, Dunkirk area of western New York, and now I understand in the Batavia area. The scientists are speculating at this moment that they are indeed allied with the phenomenon that occurred on Mars, and I've just been handed another message. A report from Grand Island says that National Guard, Regular Army, U.S. Air Force, police, and sheriff's deputies numbering in the vicinity of about 1,000 men have almost been totally destroyed by a single fighting machine from what is believed to be a planet Mars. There are approximately 20 survivors. The rest remain trampled by this huge metal feet of this Martian fighting machine or cindered by the heat ray. And at last report, we understand that the charred body of Jim Fagan was discovered on the island. Another report in that further explosions are now being witnessed by the Jodrell Bank Observatory in England on the planet Mars. We understand that Jamestown, Lewiston, Lockport, all of the towns surrounding the Niagara County area in Erie County around Grand Island are all being evacuated at this moment. We've lost communications with Don. He is en route back to the main side of the Niagara River to the Tonawondas. Just a moment, please. I'm sorry, say again? We have a report from Tonawanda in just a moment. Stand by one, please.
Is this a line for the Tonawanda report? Hello, who's there?
Hey, Jeff, this is John.
John who?
Irving.
Oh, John, yes. Where are you, John?
I'm out in Tonawanda, Jeff. I tried to get across to Grand Island. I heard this thing developing, and I tried to get over there, but I can't get over there. Just not letting anybody by on the bridges.
John, just hang on. Who won't let you by?
The National Guard. They're over there. They're trying to do something. I think they're putting mines up on the bridge. They look like mines.
Mines on the bridge?
Yes, on the bridge.
Are they going to blow it?
I don't know. Apparently, they're trying to stop these things from come across on the bridge, but they blocked all traffic on the bridge. I can see people over on the other side, but they're trying to get over.
John, they're not letting the people across, is that it?
They're not letting anybody across, Jeff. Over here or them coming over here. I don't know what they're going to do.
Either on or off the island.
No, nobody. On or off. The island is completely sealed off.
What's the military up to on your... Where are you now? On the river
outside? Along River Road here, and the Ashland oil tanks here, the refinery. The Guard is just establishing the perimeter here. They're trying artillery units. I've never seen artillery units like this. Huge cannon being established around here, and there are hundreds of troops coming in. They're just coming in at scores on trucks and everything they can get together, apparently. I've never seen so much military force in one place in my life.
Have you seen anything of any of our mobile units? Because Lancer was on the island. We haven't seen
I haven't seen a thing, man. I just haven't been able to get across there. They're blocking. They didn't even press credentials. Nothing was good. They just wouldn't let me over there. My God, they've blown the bridge.
The bridge?
One bridge is gone. It's down in the river. It's like something I've never seen it.
What about John, were there any people on the bridge when it went?
There were some on the other side. They were trying to get over on the far side. I don't know what. Now people are jumping in from the other side. They're trying to swim the thing. They can't swim that river.
What, John? Jumping into the river?
They can't swim that river. The rapids are sweeping in right away. I've never seen anything like this.
John,
the river. I don't believe it. The bridge is gone now. The other side. The other span is gone too, and there were people on that span. They just blown it up.
John, just take it easy. Take it easy. See if you can try and find, some sort of a command post to see if you can find.
There's no place to go. They're trying to move me away now. Wait, hang on a second, Jeff. Please, let me on a report. I'm trying to report it. Will you please?
John,
please, officer.
Can you see the Martian machine at all? We understand it's very, very high.
There's something over there. I really, it's ill-defined. I just can't see what it is for sure. There's stilts or something coming out of the water. And they've blown the bridges. They're coming across anyway.
They're fording the river.
Across. They're fording that river. The stilts are down in the water, and they're just coming across. They're still on the surface.
All right, John, hold on. I got a report coming in from Don Lancer. Apparently, he's there. He's on a two-way unit. Just hang tight on the phone. I'll get right back to you. Hang on.
All right.
John Irving of TV News, and he'll be standing by out at River Road. We have a report now from Don Lancer. Henry, give it to Don live.
Yes, Henry. I just made it across the bridge when it blew. It was horrible. All of a sudden, the bridge just erupted, and
Don, did they establish a perimeter? Did the National Guard establish a perimeter yet?
Yes, Henry, it has. There's a large perimeter, a lot of men and heavy artillery around here. I've never seen such artillery before in this area.
Don, how many machines are coming at you? Do you have any idea? Are they fording the river yet?
I can see two of them are in my line of view. Two of them at the present moment, and they're coming up. They're firing at the artillery, and the artillery is firing back. Huge explosions all along the shore here. And there's huge explosions. I can see bodies flying in the air from here. Bodies are flying through the air. There's another machine. I can see another one. Now that they're joining forces right up here in the front of the refinery. They haven't quite gotten in yet, but there's a total of three machines here. They're coming into the refinery. The artillery is now turned around from its perimeter. We barely got one. We got one. It's down. It's down. The other, we got it. It's down. Artillery blasted it. It just settled down very slowly. The other two have joined it. And now they're emitting some sort of a smoke screen, it looks like, from here. They're not very far away from me. It's thick black smoke. It's about as tall as a man. It's starting to encompass the entire area. The smoke is coming from these things, and the artillery, the weapons they're continuing to fire into the center, into where these three machines are located. The smoke cloud is now coming toward me, Henry. My God, there's a man falling. It's not smoke. It's gas. It's gas.
393 to Don Lancer. Come in, Don Lancer.
What you are listening to is a dramatization of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds on WKBW Radio at 1520 on your Buffalo dial. I repeat, it is a dramatization. It is a play. It is not happening in any way, shape, or form. What you are listening to is a dramatization of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds as being portrayed on WKBW 1520 Buffalo.
What do you do? What do you wear after tonight? You can't go around in your silly costume all year long.
Fashion University and Sheridan Plazas. The right place to buy fall and winter fashion. The right place to buy slacks. Keyhole Fashion clothes will give you a superiority complex because the right slacks from Keyhole Fashion will cause people to stop, look, and talk about them. Clothes that make you feel right, dress right, and look right can be bought at Keyhole Fashion University and Sheridan Plazas. You also get a 10% discount on your purchase if you bring in the stub from any hockey, football, or basketball game. 10% off your purchase. Bring in your ticket stubs to Keyhole Fashion. Check out the big and tall guys department of the Sheridan Plaza. Great fall fashion for the big guys. Sporting event ticket stubs receive a 10% discount at Keyhole Fashion University and Sheridan Plazas. Keyhole Fashion. Seymour is a good sport. Stop by today.
What you are listening to is a dramatization. A dramatization of H.G. Wells' classic story, The War of the Worlds. The events are fictional. You are listening to a dramatization of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds on WKBW Radio 1520, Buffalo, New York. We now rejoin our story.
Don Lancer, come in. Don Lancer, 393 to Don Lancer. If you hear me, come in. 393 to Don Lancer. If you hear me, come in, please, Don.
This is a dramatization. We have lost communications with Don Lancer on River Road on the on the mainland side, actually, of the river. He's off Grand Island. Don's last report was that the 2 remaining Martian machines, there are now 2 of them, they were emitting some sort of black clouds, which apparently were kind of a gas, and frankly, we don't know whether Don is alive or dead at this moment. John Irving is on the island. We had him standing by the telephone. Let me see if I can pick him up. Hello, John. John, are you there? Hello, John Irving. Come in, John. John? I'm afraid that John Irving is not available for us at the moment. Bulletins are piling up in our studios. We have 1 mobile unit left in the field. Irv Weinstein is in a unit. We'll try and communicate with him as quickly as we can. Bulletins are beginning to pile up in our studios. Let me try and bring you up to date if I can. From Pittsburgh, U.S. Air Force planes are flying reconnaissance patrols and report that 3 Martian machines are visible above the treetops in the vicinity of the sprawling Steel City. That's in addition to the 2 that have been reported in the Tonawondas that are now currently rampaging the Ashland Oil Refinery. The Pittsburgh machines apparently are moving toward the community of Bradford. From all reports, they're moving rapidly. They're not using heat rays. It appears they do not intend on damaging towns and communities if possible. However, they're stopping to tear up power lines, bridges and railroad tracks, and punching huge holes in the highways. The objective, apparently, is to disrupt communications and disorganize human society altogether. Air Force scout planes have reported further sightings. Martian machines reported to be 3 in number, moving toward the city of Buffalo from Erie, Pennsylvania. Scouts report that the machines are moving with great speed, and military authorities feel that they are perhaps attempting a link-up with the machines that have landed in the Buffalo area. A further report from the Battle of Grand Island to bring you up to date there. There were 20 survivors after a force of 1,000 men attempted to contain 1 machine there. They forded the Niagara River. Army field pieces destroyed access bridges to the islands. People have been jumping off the side of the Grand Island side of the banks of the river there and being swept over the falls in an effort to get away from these machines. The bridges were destroyed despite the fact that little of the population of the island was able to get off the battle. You have something for me, Dan? Do you have something for me? What have you got?
Yeah, Jeffy.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Jeffy, look at the teletype, the Dunkirk teletype. Look what's coming in on that teletype.
All right, let me get the mic over there. Let me just move this mic over here for a second. I have a report coming in. Apparently, there's an open line from Dunkirk on the UPI machine. Those fellows have done a tremendous job tonight keeping us up to date on what's going around. I am the last man in the city. This must be from a UPI operator there in Dunkirk. Everyone seems to have fled the city, and they are gone or they are dead from the gas or have been crushed. They are coming closer now and heading toward me. They're very close now. I can't make it out. It's getting garbled again. There it is. They're getting ready. The message is ended. It comes from a UPI operator in Dunkirk. Hold on just a moment.
Hey, Jeff, Irv's on a 2-way radio.
Okay, thanks, Norm. Ladies and gentlemen, one moment, please. We're getting a report from Irv Weinstein on a 2-way radio. Hold on, please.
Irv Weinstein, the base station. Anyone read me?
Yeah, Irv, this is Jeff Kaye. Am I glad to hear your voice? Where are you now?
Jeff, I'm up on top of City Hall at the Communications Center. It's very eerie. The whole place is completely deserted. People apparently took off quite a while ago, and it's really a mess.
Yeah, I can well understand. There's only 2 people here at the studio left, just myself and Norm Schrud, and he's heading home to his family, and you and I are it. You're the last guy out in the field. The rest of the guys, both TV units are dead, and both the radio units have been knocked off. What's your status? You know what? Have you got a match? I am looking for a match for 30 minutes for this lousy cigarette, and I can't find one.
You got real problems. Listen, I hope my guys are all right. I hope it's only a communications problem. Have you heard anything from them at all?
Nothing at all, Irv. Nothing at all. Not since the battle at Grand Island. I know Lancer and Fagan are both dead, and I got to assume that the rest of the crew is gone too.
Jeff, I tried to get to the island, but it's just impossible. It's just an impossible situation. You just cannot move. People are desperately trying to get out of the city. I don't think they quite know why they're leaving or where they hope to go.
information to the studio here with the teletypes and the phones and all that has been very, very sketchy, Irv, at this point. We do know that the Grand Island bridges have both been blown in an effort to keep the Martian machines on the island that landed there on the island, but they were able to ford the river. We're getting just bulletins from all over the place. I understand that ships off the west coast of the U.S. have been diverted to coastal ports in Washington, Oregon, and California to take refugees off there, abandoning the towns, Los Angeles and San Francisco, and there have been no sightings out there again. It seems as only the East Coast has been hit. Can you see anything from where you're at?
Yeah, I can get a pretty good view of the area from here. As I look down at all the main arteries of the city, as I say, it's just one big mass traffic jam, and nothing is going anywhere. Now, the cars are just standing still. It's almost like looking down on one of these toy cities. There's nothing moving. It's eerie. That's all I can say about it.
I know what you mean. We just received a report. We got a report a few minutes ago from Dunkirk, which from the top of the building you might be able to get a look at because these things are awfully high. From Dunkirk, there's supposed to be a couple of machines there. East Aurora has been abandoned and is occupied, as I understand it, by Martians. And it looks like you and I are the last two news guys that are moving right now. Can you move that mobile unit at all? Can you get back into it, move it around?
Oh, I can't move at all. Frankly, I was lucky to be able to get out here and get up here. Wait a minute. I hear something. I'm not quite sure what it is. Wait a minute, hold on.
I can hear the sound too, Irv. We've been listening to it all night long. It's the machine. We understand that in addition to all the confusion that the refugees are causing, that they've been knocking off communications. But one of the interesting things about this is that they haven't been knocking down houses if they can possibly avoid it. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish.
Apparently they're more interested in knocking out communications and power systems. Jeff, do me a favor, will you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Call my wife and tell her I'm okay, would you please?
Will do, as soon as I can. Will do.
There's something going on out on the lake. I see some flashing lights. I can't quite make out what it is. Jeff, as I look down on the southern part of the area from here, the city of Lackawanna is completely blacked out now. Apparently all the power in that area is knocked out. The only thing I can see are what appear to be tremendous explosions in the area of the Bethlehem Steel Company plant.
Roger, understand. We've been getting very little here in the past few minutes. The communication is just in complete and utter chaos. The teletype machines, you can hear them behind me. They're chattering away, but they're not printing anything. The printers are just sitting there, just kind of rocking back and forth, but not putting anything out but total gibberish. The phone lines, it's almost impossible to keep up with them. I've just given up answering them. I have a sighting of a machine that's about 6 blocks from the station right now in Delaware Park. Do you have anything in view there?
Jeff, things are pretty much as they were, except that now there is no sound at all. Everything is just deathly quiet. Nothing is moving. Nothing is happening. I still hear that weird sound apparently emanating from the machines. I think I can make them out. Now they appear to be approaching the city.
Of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds.
Military units that are in the area are
WKBW 1520 Buffalo.
Proven virtually totally ineffective. You might keep an eye out because I know that there are some in the area.
Yeah, I've seen some Air Guard planes, F-100s in the area, but understandably they are approaching extremely cautiously.
What about the refugees? Are they making any headway getting them out? The city appears to be totally circled by these machines, and they're ripping up the communications and punching huge holes in the major arteries in the roads. It doesn't appear as though many people are able to move their automobiles, and those that are not able to move their cars are abandoning them, and further adding to the congestion. Is there any movement below you that you can notice?
Absolutely no movement whatever, and this is what puzzles me. The cars are stopped. I would have thought that people would have gotten out of the cars and tried to make it away on foot. But absolutely nothing is moving. There appears to be a gaseous kind of material spreading out over the cars. I'm not quite sure what it is.
That probably is gas, and it's very, very lethal gas. It was reported to hug the ground very, very closely. They used it up at the Battle of Grand Island when they forded the river there. That's how Lancer fought it, and John Irving too. You want to be careful and stay high if you can, because that stuff stays close to the ground unless the wind lofts it up.
Jeff, they're coming on. I can see them now. I can see them now, Jeff. There are maybe 50, 100, 1,000. I really can't tell from here. The Air National Guard planes are trying to get in on them, but apparently they're being picked off by laser beams. The planes are just exploding in midair. They've started to move. They've started to move into the downtown area. I can see one coming in off the area of the thruway. Jeff, they are moving fast.
Yeah, they move very rapidly.
Unbelievable. This thing is maybe 50 feet high. A huge steel body and long legs, almost goose stepping. There's one. I can look right down in it right now in Niagara Square.
It's in Niagara Square right now. That's it.
Right.
Be very careful. Can you give me a good description?
Jeff, it's extremely difficult to describe this thing. It's like nothing I've ever seen. Wait a minute.
Irv, are you there? Irv?
Jeff, it has just knocked the communication towers off the telephone building.
Irv, be very, very careful now. They've been after communications all night. That's what they've been destroying all the way down the line. You're in the communications center there for the county, in the city hall there. You better get out of there as quickly as you can.
That's all right. I'll be all right. I just want to say, Jeff, it's turning my way.
Irv, can you hear me? KK to 393, KK 393 to KH 2586. Can you hear me? Irv, can you hear me?
Oh, Irv, please, Irv, answer me, Irv! Oh, even this thing has gone dead. Weinstein is out, and I'm out, and I guess I'm the only one. AB News. You want to talk to who? I want to talk to Irv Weinstein. He's dead. Is anybody else in this building? What am I going to do? The only one left. I wonder if anybody's listening. I wonder if anybody's got a radio that's operating. The transistor. Take this mic and we'll go outside. That's what I'll do. I'll go outside. Get this thing unhooked. Hold up the stand. My phone's dead. They're all dead. What the hell am I gonna do? I'll go outside. All right. Get yourself together, Kate. Go outside. Oh, the air. The air feels good. Look at the cars. Look at the cars. What's that? They're shooting. Downtown. They're shooting. There's some people. Hey! Hey there! Hey! No, they won't even look. They're terrified. Look at the people run. They're staying off Main Street, though. And look at the cars. It looks like a used car lot. I can hear it. They're shooting down there. Oh, what a good it'll do. I can see the smoke. The lights on Main Street seem to be going out one by one. It's as though a giant hand were just turning them out one by one. They're moving up this way. Oh, it's the smoke. It's the smoke that's obscuring. Coming. One in front of Marquesian just went out. It's only about a block and a half away. Weinstein. Answered. They were gone. But it's getting awfully close to Utica Street. I don't want to. The lights are all going out.